Good evening and welcome to tonight's neighborhood meeting. My name is Celeste Kitsemetry and I'm the Senior Planner with the City's Development Services Department. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to present to you, the neighborhood, a redevelopment concept being considered by the owner and development team for 528, 532, and 534 Big Bay Point Road prior to a formal development application being submitted to the city. This provides an opportunity for the development team to hear initial comment feedback and incorporate it into their plans prior to making a full and formal development application to the city. Please be aware that we are recording this meeting for the public record. The recording will be used for the purpose of garnering your input and to respond to inquiries, and will be considered public information. Please also be aware that as a registered attendee tonight, your mailing or email address will be added to the mailing list, so that you can receive further information about this application as it progresses. Should you have any questions regarding this collection, please contact the Development Services Department. I would also like to let everyone know that there are staff behind the scenes managing technology tonight. They are here to make sure the meeting runs smoothly, to grant participants the opportunity to speak, and to assist with any questions in the chat. Please bear with us if we have any issues, and if for some reason you get disconnected, please feel free to log in again. The intent of tonight's meeting is to provide members of the public with an opportunity to become familiar with the development concept and the planning review process, as well as ask the applicant questions and provide feedback on the proposal. What to expect during tonight's meeting? A brief overview of the city's review process and timing, a presentation from the applicant's representative describing the proposal, and an opportunity to ask questions of either the applicant or city staff and provide comments or identify concerns with the application. What not to expect tonight? City staff recommendations on the application or a detailed analysis on the proposal, as this will occur later in the development review process. Nor should you expect a debate on the merits of the proposal between city staff and the applicant. Before we get into the presentation, I just wanted to quickly highlight the next steps in the application process. This neighborhood meeting is established early in the development process to ensure local concerns are incorporated or addressed through the city's review. After this meeting, we expect that the applicant will make a formal application submission for this development project. Formal submissions undergo a full technical review and must address comments received from this neighborhood meeting, from the city's technical departments and external agencies, and from members of the public more broadly. In conjunction with this, a statutory public meeting will be held virtually on the application at Planning Committee. At the public meeting, applicants present their application to council, answer questions, and provide an overview of and response to any issues or concerns identified during a prior neighborhood meeting. As part of this public meeting process, members of the public also have an opportunity to provide verbal and written comments. Following a public meeting, staff will continue the necessary review process and the applicants will make any necessary revisions to the development proposal. Once the review process has concluded, a staff recommendation report is brought forward to council for their consideration. All comments received through the review process, including those received at the neighborhood and public meetings, are identified and addressed in the staff report and form part of the staff's recommendation on the subject application. I will now move on to the applicant's presentation. As I mentioned, the proposed project and application will be presented first, which we will follow with a question and comment period. So tonight we are focusing on the proposal for properties identified as 528, 532, and 534 Big Bay Point Road. The proposal is for the future submission of an official plan amendment and amendment to the zoning bylaw to facilitate the development of a 9-story, 140-unit residential apartment building. I will now hand the meeting over to James to introduce himself and then share their presentation on the proposed development. Over to you, James.
Thank you, Ms. Gethsemane, for the introduction. Good evening to all, and thank you for attending tonight's neighborhood meeting. My name is James Hunter, and I'm an associate with Innovative Planning Solutions here in Barrie. We're pleased to be here tonight on behalf of the applicant for official plan amendment, zoning bylaw amendment, and the development applications related to 528 to 534 Big Bay Point Road. As noted by Celeste, this is one of the first steps of the development process, and we're here tonight to provide an overview of the development proposal. We will note all comments and questions received tonight, and it will all be addressed through a formal development application in the future to the city. So the subject lands that we're speaking to here tonight is 528, 532, and 534 Big Bay Point Road. That's shown here in a red outline on the subject lands. It has a combined site area of 0.41 hectares, or just over 1 acre, and a combined frontage of 77 meters along Big Bay Point Road. The subject lands currently contain low density residential uses with a detached dwelling and accessory uses on each lot. And it's located approximately 220 meters east of the Big Bay Point Road and Yonge Street intersection. The subject slide provides a locational context of the subject lands. I'll highlight the adjacent uses, which includes Warnica Public School to the north, residential uses to the east, Big Bay Point Road and a residential townhouse development located to the south. And then to the west adjacent is a 6-story apartment building zoned and ready for development. Land uses within a 5-minute walk are quite diverse, including the Yonge Street and Big Bay Point Road intersection, and that's got a variety of commercial uses. In the City of Barrie official plan, which was passed recently, the subject lands are located first within a strategic growth area of Yonge Street and Big Bay Point Road, which is shown on the first image here in orange. And the SGA areas are directed to accommodate higher levels of intensification, tall buildings, and higher densities. Furthermore, they're also planned to become complete communities with a range of uses. In the City of Barrie official plan, that's shown here as medium density. The official plan supports 6 to 12 stories in height for new buildings and also has a density target of 125 to 300 units per hectare. The official plan encourages a full range of housing with emphasis placed on more attainable units such as condos, and also has support for more compact urban forms of development through intensification. Collectively, the development does align with the official plan. The subject lands are currently zoned as residential single detached first density, which is R1 in the zoning bylaw. That's shown by the light yellow, and here's the subject lands. So the current R1 zone only permits low density uses, which include single detached dwellings. So therefore, to permit a condominium use, an amendment is required to the bylaw. We're proposing an amendment to the residential apartment dwelling second density, which is the RA21 zone. Therefore, the proposed development is a 9-story residential condominium with 140 units. And within those 140 units, there's a variety of 1 and 2 bedroom options, including den options. The building will have a rough GFA of just over 8,000 meters squared and a proposed density of 336 units per hectare. Collectively, 154 parking spaces are offered, which is 1-to-1 space per unit. And the subject site is designed to have direct access to the lobby from Big Bay Point Road, along with indoor amenity spaces located at ground level. And it's also designed to be modern yet contemporary to provide a complementary built form to the surrounding area and compatible to future development along Yonge Street and Big Bay Point. The slide here provides the site plan for the subject development. So we have one site access from Big Bay Point Road, which leads you into the site, and then to 1 level of underground parking, along with the spaces located at grade on the north side of the building. There's a 3-meter landscape buffer around the entire perimeter of the site, and this is to encourage landscaping enhancements. We have a 7.5-meter front yard setback, a 26-meter rear yard setback, as well as a 15.1 interior side yard setback to the east. For the subject development, there will be common outdoor amenity space located behind the building, and then each unit will have a private balcony for more private space. There's an internal garbage room provided, and then walkways are provided around the site for circulation. And each of the units is generous in size, approximately 500 and 900 square feet to meet the demands of multiple people. With the formal application in the future, there's a number of technical studies that will be required. Highlighting a few of them is an urban design report and planning justification report, a block context plan, a shadow assessment, a microclimate wind impact report, functional servicing and stormwater management report, geotechnical report, hydrogeological study, noise analysis, traffic study and parking review, a tree preservation and inventory plan, an energy conservation report, your architectural design drawings, a phase 1 environmental site assessment, and then a legal survey. So to provide an expedited policy review of the subject development, the city of Barrie is considered a settlement area where your population projections and residential growth is to be accommodated through ambitious levels of development. To support complete and sustainable communities, a shift is directed to create more urban cities with higher densities, a compact urban form, vibrant public realm, and a mix of land uses. Intensification and redevelopment is encouraged, and the goal is to have more resourceful, sustainable, and economical developments that can be efficiently serviced by municipal infrastructure, as well as they want to have logical growth promoted to create opportunities for people to live, work, and play in their communities. And this is all highlighted by a collective goal to create new housing options and a more diverse range for residents. And that's also pushed by Bill 23, which is the goal to create more housing options. So in conclusion, the proposed development is for a 9-story residential condo. To support this, a zoning bylaw amendment is required to support the condominium land use. An official plan amendment is required to obtain the required density, which exceeds 300 units per hectare. Collectively, development through intensification is supported as it efficiently utilizes land, existing infrastructure and services, and contributes to a more desirable compact form. In support of improved housing attainability, the proposal will contribute to diversifying housing options in the city of Barrie, while also assisting the city with achieving its directed housing and density targets. The development would support the city's direction for growth of the Yonge Street and Big Bay Point strategic growth area, and collectively, the development aligns with all levels of policy, seeking evolution into more complete communities. That concludes my presentation, and I'll turn it back over to Celeste Considering. Thank you.